What up, YouTube? It's PUBzZz the Finisher, and I just want to share with you how I color correct my videos that I put up on YouTube, my gameplay videos. Now, if you're putting up videos on YouTube, I'm sure if you're not color correcting, your videos look very dull. You notice when you watch a bigger channel that, that most likely their videos are very clean, crisp, very sharp looking. They look fantastic. And then you watch other people's videos and the videos are just dull. They don't pop at you. They don't pop at you. I'm not talking about like using effects or anything like that. I'm just talking about how to color correct your gameplay videos so they look awesome on YouTube. Now, step 2 of that is your render settings. You want to make sure as good as you make the video look before you when you're editing it, you want to make sure the people watching it get the same feel. And that has to do with your rendering settings. That's going to be a separate video. That's going to be video 2 of this, right? But I just want to get you guys going with color correction. So this way, whoever's not doing color correction, you need to start doing it. It's so simple. It's so easy. Don't be fearful of like, oh, I have no idea how to color correct. I've heard of this. I have no idea what it is. Yo, it's so simple. It's so easy. Listen, I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro, but this applies to any editing software. All right. First thing you do is you're going to be editing. You're going to have your clips, okay? Now, how I normally do it is instead of doing individual clips, I usually nest all my clips together. This way I can just apply the color correction across the board, especially if I'm just using gameplay. If I'm just using gameplay from the same game, I'm not worried about, something being too dark or too light. So I just use the same settings. Now, if you're making montages and stuff like that, your color correction is going to be much different. You're gonna use a lot more artistic approach. You're not going to use just plain color correction. You're going to go more in depth. You're going to use a lot of filters and stuff like that, and saturations and contrast, and you're going to really get deep into it. You're going to get deep, a lot of different lighting effects. But just for gameplay videos, let's keep it simple. Let's get you started on this. First thing you do is you're going to have your clip, right? And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to apply 2 effects to your clip. And for me, I am going to apply Sharpen. Okay, that's the first one. The next one is going to be color correction. And what I want to do is I want to correct the brightness and the contrast. Now, look at the right. The right side window you're looking at is uncorrected. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to correct it. So now that I applied those 2 effects, I need to put in the information to get the desired result. Because right now it's still, it's unaffected. It's plain. So I need to go to the control panel and I need to change the effects. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to change Sharpen. Sharpen for Modern Warfare 3, Sharpen is a +10. So you're going to want to change this to a 10. All right, it already sharpened it up a little bit. It's hard to see with the naked eye, but it already did. Next thing, brightness is a -9. Okay, you ready? It took a little darker now, right? So now we're working on a detail. We're taking advantage of the lighting, all right? The third thing and the last thing is the contrast. Contrast is a +12. Now, look how much better it looks. Look how much more richer and more detailed it looks. It's not flat. It's got life to it. Now, these are the basic settings. My basic settings for Modern Warfare 3. Remember, Sharpen is a +10. Brightness is a -9. And contrast is a +12. You can go 10 or 12, maybe a little higher. It all depends on the map, how dark it is, how light it is. You got to play with it. But these are the basics. If you stick with my 10, 9, 12, all right, you're going to be good to go. You're going to be good to go. You're going to have awesome quality color correction for Modern Warfare 3. Now, if you're going to do other games, Modern Warfare 2 or, Black Ops or anything like that, you got to tinker them with a little bit. Black Ops, these settings kind of work too, but you gotta tailor it a little bit here and there because some of the colors are just different in the game. So you got to play with it. But just remember, Sharpen is 10. Brightness, -9. Contrast, +10, 12, somewhere around there. I go with 12. But anyway, let me just show you the difference real quick. Now watch the screen on the right. I'm going to take off the Sharpen. I'm going to take off brightness and contrast. Look how dull that is. Do you see how dull it is? Now, if you're not color correcting, this is what you're putting up on YouTube. That's what you're putting up on YouTube. You're putting up flat video. It has no life to it. It's just flat. So do yourself a favor. If you're partnered or not, it doesn't matter. Do yourself a favor. Put out good color corrected videos. That's definitely a very important step. Put it out at least 720p. Very important. And make sure you use good render quality. So here, I'm going to put them back on real quick. I'm going to apply the sharpen, brightness, contrast. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that detail. It looks so good now. All right. Anyway, listen. I'm PUBzZz the Finisher. And if this helped you out, please press the like button. I hope this can give you guys that don't know anything about color correction a little insight, or you guys that have been messing around with color correction, but your stuff's not coming out fantastic. Hopefully these simple steps will make your video look so much better. The quality be awesome. Like I said, it works across all editing software. Whether you're using Final Cut, whether you're using Sony Vegas, which is probably the most popular for a lot of you guys, whether you're using Adobe or Avid, just remember, sharpen, brightness, contrast. That's it. That's it, people. And just make sure you apply it to all. If you're going to do the separate clips, make sure you apply it to all your clips. So this way, you're not having someone look good and then someone looks dull. You gotta be very proficient in your work and make sure you're hitting every single clip. That's why I do the nesting, especially if I work with a lot of clips. I do the nesting. The nesting works out fantastic. So you only do it once across the board. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Hope this helped you, and I'm out. Peace.